I'm not about to ask you how anybody can wipe their butt. All right. So based on your own intuition, we have a lot of things in this world that people fight about. So for example, you have people that there's industries based on this one debate I'm about to bring up in terms of films, books, people who are guest speakers for it, over whether or not the earth is flat or if it's a sphere, an oblate spheroid actually is what it's called in physical science in school. I've always been the type of person that is like, who cares? In terms of my purpose and meaning in life as a human being, does it matter if the earth is flat or the sphere? What does that have to do with my life here in terms of being a good human being and treating other people well and making this a better world? Does it really hinge on whether the earth is flat or a sphere? I'm like, who gives a shit? I honestly don't care, to be honest with you. Some people say, well, if they're just doing it on purpose to make the Bible not true, okay, whatever. Okay, so if it's me, and this is just my personality, if Jesus pops up to me in a dream, or it's Buddha, or it's a entity, or one of these spirit guides, if I can remember, and that's the operative word, if I can remember, I'm gonna ask him, hey, by the way, what's really going on here? All these people are fighting over the earth being flat or round. Who's right? I would freaking ask him that, because that's just who I am, right? So if you were to guess based on intuition, I'm not saying you ever asked him that, but that would be me. What's your opinion about that, right? What would the ascended masters say, and would they even freaking care?
That's such a good question. What would they say? I have a feeling
Yeah.
that the answer is not as simple as yes or no.
Okay. Okay. I can
I have a feeling that they will dig deeper into why that controversy even exists. And I think it's you kind of touched on it a little bit as far as people wanting to disprove something further than just the
Yeah,
shape of the earth.
that's right.
So, yeah, I think it actually does go a lot deeper than that. And we might find that it starts to sort of web its way through other controversial topics as well. I think it's just another way to
Yeah.
split people up.
Yes, ma'am. Like maybe interdimensional stuff or flux.
Who
There
knows?
was,
Yeah.
there was this one guy that used to claim the moon was a plasma ball, right? But anyways, all right.
Ah,
So my last controversial question before we wrap it up is,
okay.
okay. And again, there's books and industries and speakers that make a whole career out of this stuff. And hey, I'm not knocking them. That's a free country. If you can make it work, go for it, right? I'm not judging nobody. Okay. So did we really pilot a spaceship and land on the moon? And all those years ago, with a computer that has less power than our cell phone does today, that we've never been back to again, right? Who which they say that we lost they lost the instructions on how to do it. That's actually a real excuse they gave. Well, we lost the technology. And I'm not telling you what I believe to influence your answer, but once again, if it's me, James Hunter, and ascended master pops into my awareness, whether it's Jesus, Buddha, my spirit guide friend Steven, or Bigfoot, who communicates to me from his interdimensional pocket space, I'm gonna say, hey, what's up? If you don't mind me asking, I got a cold beer in the fridge. If you want one, I got one for you. Would you mind letting me know and settle this once and for all? Did we freaking land on the moon or not? Yes or no, right? So that's me again, right?
Oh goodness, James, I don't think you're gonna like this answer.
Hey, I can't help but not like it, because it's from you, and I think you're a cool person, and there's no judgment.
Oh, thank you. Well, okay, so I'm channeling this because
Okay.
I have let me just put it this way. My husband has been through the rabbit hole and
Yeah,
has shared things with me. So I'm privy to these controversies.
yeah, yeah,
And I kind of observe it. And I don't know if I really have an opinion one or the other because I
yeah,
don't have enough evidence.
yeah,
But
yeah.
what I will share from what's coming through, because I've got someone right here with me.
Okay.
What I will share is that what we have to look at is the outcome
Hmm.
of this topic,
Yeah.
not so much. the topic itself, but what it's doing, what it's allowing people to do. It's waking people up, right? It's allowing people to start to question what maybe they wouldn't have before, where they would have just accepted because it's on TV or because the government told us so.
Yes. Yeah.
So it's actually allowing us to have conversations, not just about this, but about many other things as well.
So what I think I'm hearing is that perhaps while this is a great question, perhaps is not the time to want to answer it just yet, because it's serving a good purpose to challenge people to think and wake up. It's not Buzz Aldrin or it's the other guy. There's
Lance.
Not Lance. Buzz Aldrin. It's another astronaut who's one of the famous few. They actually have him an actual interview. I watched it. It's him. You can look at it on YouTube. He's speaking to a classroom full of children, like probably like 8, 9, 9-year-old, 10-year-olds. And one of the girls, probably her parents probably put her up to the question, asked him, "Sir, how come we haven't been back to the moon yet?" And he looks at her kind of like, not necessarily annoyed, but kind of like feeling like he's being put on the spot.
Like crap.
No, he looks at her and he says, he's like, "Wow, that's not a typical question for an 8-year-old, 9, 10-year-old girl." But he's being very compassionate and gracious with her. And he looks at her and goes, "Well, dear, maybe we ain't been back because we never been there to begin with." He actually said it on tape. They got him saying it. Yeah. And the person who's commenting on it, he says, perhaps in his old age, he didn't have it in himself to lie to a little girl. If in fact they didn't go at all. I'm not saying they didn't, but yeah. So there's that. There's also before Congress, they had one of the other astronauts go up there to give some speech, and they introduce him as landing on the moon. But when he gets up there, he doesn't look excited. He almost looks awkward or embarrassed, or almost like, I'm still doing this sham, whatever. The other person who's introducing him doesn't look excited. And the guy's making a point. If we landed on the moon, wouldn't they be excited every time they got up there? Like, we did this, it's amazing, and we're introducing them. Yeah. But when they introduce them, it's almost like it's a funeral, right? Yeah. Anyways, by the way, I'm a bit agnostic about many things. It's very plausible we can do a lot of things. And I'm just open-minded. I listen to both sides of the argument because I think it's stimulating to listen to different sides of an argument, even if you agree or disagree. So that's all I wanted to. I always like asking people who come from your background these questions, not to put you on the spot, because I think it is fun to ask. So